there's no point in getting in a state. For all we know, they could have been found by now.
She'd have rung.
Look, these things happen with kids. Look what happened with you in the supermarket.
That's what I said.
Oh, Ken, that was different. They were just under the one roof. They'd only wander behind one of the displays. I wouldn't care. I never wanted her to take them.
Oh, don't start that, love. That won't help anyone.
Is it right?
Well,
About the twins.
All it is the kids have toddled off somewhere and Edith's getting a bit frantic.
Well, she won't.
They're at Bellevue, Maggie.
Yes, sir. I know.
Millions of people and animals. And what about all those machines? Aeroplanes and roundabouts. Oh, God.
Oh, Val, they never would have got near. They would have been stopped.
Oh, who'd noticed them? They're only little. Have they still got a boat in lake there? They have, haven't they?
Right, time's up. I said if she hadn't rung by 20 past, I get down there.
I'll get my coat.
You're stopping here, Elsie. Make a strong cup of tea, will you?
Well, love, you can't trail around with your leg. You'll be more of hindrance with that. They'll find them a lot quicker without you to worry them, you know.
Can one of you stay?
Yes, of course.
Well, you will ring
Look,
them
I'll
the
run
minute
up a
you
flash
hear
from the
them.
town hall.
Well, I wouldn't care. I distinctly told them not to let go of my mother's hand. I'll give them what for when they get back. Mischievous little monkeys.
I lost our Christopher once.
Oh, you were not but a little lass yourself.
Not too little to know what might have happened to him. Well, come on if we're going.
Well, they've not heard, have they?
Oh, it'll take a bit of time, a thing like that.
A turn up for Val this year, you're getting over operation, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, nothing. Look, I've got to get down there as soon as I can. Len, how you fix for your van?
I've got an appointment, mate. Any other time, I would have done.
Hey, Ray and Lucille are going down for this van. They're off down there now.
Oh, right.
If you're you'll catch them.
I'll follow on me bike. Another pair of eyes, you know.
Oh.
I mean, where's her sense? She knows what little varmints that can be at that age. Oh, well, do these things happen?
What time does it get dark?
Oh, not for ages yet. They'll be found and tucked up in bed long before that.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to be so careful these days, don't you? Can't take no chances, not with what you hear. Nobody's taking any chances, Illaby. You can't keep kids on a piece of string. Oh, I did. Never took my Irma out but what she was in one of them little harnesses. Never left my side, she didn't, not for an instant. No, well, she's made up for it since, hasn't she?
They're too big for anything like that. That's all right when they're just learning to toddle. Oh, sorry, I thought I heard the phone give a tinkle.
What'll happen is that somebody will spot they're not with anybody and take them to the office. Can they say their name and address?
They've got little identity bracelets.
Oh, well, then there's no problem.
But that's why I'm so worried. Because if anybody found them, they would have phoned. It's an hour and a half.
Yeah, they might be anywhere by now when you think. Oh, look. Could have wandered out the gates even. They're probably stretched out on a nice piece of green grass somewhere. Babes in the wood, there you are. I mean, look at the time. They'd be worn out, poor little mites.
Well, I've told them not to talk to strangers. I've smacked them for taking sweets. People are always giving them sweets, you know. Sue especially, because she's cheeky, she asks. But I've warned them over and over again. Yes. What? Oh, no, this is 3128. I've told them, but, you know, they're too little to understand, and even if they did, there's these men with cars. I'll look after her. See if we can find the aspirins.
Oh, it's a rotten shame, isn't it? You curly-haired twit, you. You what? You have to be very careful. I always kept our Irma in little harness. It's a pity you didn't put her in a muzzle and yourself as well.
Hey, you.
That girl is worried out of her mind, and all you can do is yap. Oh, get out of my sight, Hilda.
All right, I will. You come to offer your help and all you get's insults. All the same, you lot. You can't tell helping hand when it's offered.
Oh, dear. I've upset her, I'm very glad to say.
Serve her right. Listen, Elsie, I've just realised I'll have our Betty knock in the door in a minute and she'll not know where I've gone.
Look, you get off and do what you have to do. I'll make her a cup of tea and wait till Ken comes back. Go on, get off. There's more than enough volunteers on a job like this.
They're not round here, that's for sure.
I can't say whether I'm sorry or glad.
Susan. Susan Barlow. Oh, hey, Mrs. You haven't seen two kids wandering about that size, have you?
Any luck? Come and sit down and tell me what happened.
But who's looking?
Lots of people. They're all mucking in. Don't worry, we'll find them.
They'll be somewhere.
Of course. It's just a hell of a big place.
Okay, I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Look, I'm going to put you in a taxi and send you home.
Oh, no.
There are lots of people. There's Lucille, there's Ray, there's Stan, there's a staff here.
No, it's not that. It's Valerie.
No, she doesn't blame you.
Of course she does. And she's right. I should never have brought them.
What happened?
Oh, it was the silliest thing. We were standing over there watching the penguins being fed, but there was quite a crowd and they couldn't see properly. So they started to inch their way through to the front, well, you know what little ones are like.
Yeah.
Anyway, I stood at the back and the crowd drifted away, only...
The kids weren't there.
No.
I still think you'd be better at home.
So this is your famous corner shop?
It makes a nice little living.
I can see that, Pet. Oh, and the way you've got it all set out. It's all so methodical as ever, aren't you? Hey, do you remember what our mum used to call you? Methodical mag.
Yeah, I remember what she used to call you and all.
Yeah, well, I'm none of that. You'll have me chucked out, tarred and feathered before I've even set foot in the district. Hey, what are they like, any road round here?
The neighbours are the customers.
We're both?
Oh, mixed, you know. People in the street are all right, once you get to know them. Mind you, it's a bit of bother going on right at the moment.
Oh, go on.
Nothing like that. It's very serious, actually. Ken and Val Barlow, she gives me a hand in the shop. I've mentioned her in my letters. Any road. They've got twins, Peter and Susie.
Oh.
Lovely little kiddies, but they've gone and got lost.
Where?
Bellevue.
Hey, of all places.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping they'll have turned up by now. I'll see to your tea, and then I'll just nip back over to hear what's happening, all right?
Look, love, I've told you not to worry about me. I've come here to take care of you, remember?
Amazing how fast it gets dark once it starts, isn't it?
Why don't you try putting your feet up for a bit?
No, I'm all right.
Do you want to chat or don't you feel like talking? I had a postcard from our Dennis yesterday, did I tell you?
Oh, no, how are they?
Oh, doing fine. He's swapping his car.
Oh, gosh, that doesn't sound like Dennis.
Oh, it doesn't. Cars, houses, responsibilities. Mind you, I don't think there's anything doing there, not for a bit anyway. You know, I think young couples today, they want to have a fling first before they start tying themselves down with kids and all.
Well, you can't blame them.
I read an article in a magazine the other day. It said that most of the kids that go missing are found quite safely and usually not more than half a mile away from home.
They told me to come home.
Who did?
The police, they've taken charge.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's all right, love. It doesn't mean anything. They just have more efficient ways of coping. They're used to this sort of thing.
This sort of thing?
Love, it happens all the time.
Oh, not tomorrow. Oh, God, I want some. I want them back. Oh, God, please, God, send them back to me. I'll do anything. Oh, God, I want my children. Now, you sure you'll be all right?
Oh, Chuck. Nobody's run off with me after all these years. I'm sure they're not going to start now.
Honey, I don't like leaving you when you've just this minute come.
Oh, you nip across the road and set your mind at rest. I'm getting a bit anxious about them little ones myself.
Well, I won't be over 5 minutes, unless there's anything I can do.
Oh, it's a pity my Cyril's not here while Wednesday. He'd have been a tower of strength.
Oh, they'll be found long before then.
Well, of course they will. Only I was saying, my Cyril's the man in a crisis.
Oh, sorry, love, we shan't.
Only a few jelly babies.
Well, strictly speaking...
Oh, the ones in the packets will do. You needn't trouble weighing. Stay where you are, you two. Auntie's getting you a nice little surprise. Now look after your sister. I won't be a moment. The Barlows do live across the street, don't they? The Barlows?
Well, it's as well to ask. It's written so small on their little bracelets, and the eyes are not what they were. Oh, they're a couple of bonny little loves, aren't they?
Hello, Ken Barlow. What? Oh, thank God. Yeah, okay, Maggie. Yes, I'll be round right away. Thanks very much. They're all right, love. They're safe.
Oh,
That's Maggie Clegg. They're out at the shop.
Maggie?
Yeah, no, I don't know either. Look, you ring up Bellevue, tell them that we've found them, and I'll go around and bring them back here, okay? Come on, kid. Look, ring Bellevue. Bellevue's swarming with police, and the kids are across the road. We'll never live it down.
They were just stood there, the poor little mites. They didn't know which way to turn.
But why didn't you take them straight to the office, Mrs. Allendale?
The office? But they hadn't had their teas. I asked them if they'd had their teas, and they both said no, they hadn't. Well, I couldn't bring them all the way home without a bite in their tummies now.
Oh, they're in the back.
Oh,
They're
good.
grand. This is Mrs. Allendale. She's the lady who found them.
Good. Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Allendale. I'll be right with you, all right? Hello.
Oh, is that their dad? Oh, he's a bonny fellow, isn't he? The little lad takes after him, but the little lass, ooh, she's the one, cute as a button. And you should see the teas they ate.
Hello. They're in the back. Ken's getting the cops on. Oh, Val, this is my sister, Betty.
Oh, hello.
And that's Mrs. Allendale. She fetched them back.
Oh, thank you.
You'll be their man.
Yes, where did you find
Oh, I
them?
was just telling these ladies, you've got a family to be proud of. Oh, such lovely little eaters, too. Do you know, they ate their tea without making a crumb.
You gave them tea?
Oh, they was hungry, love.
You took them home and gave them tea and never thought to let anybody know?
Oh, but they were quite happy. You don't have to worry. They weren't crying or anything.
What are you doing? Is she mad?
Look, I know how to look after little ones. I've had children of my own.
You idiotic!
Val.
Thoughtless!
Come on. Come on.
Oh,
Come on, get
fool.
those to them. Come on, they'll be falling asleep on their feet.
I looked after them as if they was my own. I gave them a lovely tea.
And that crack about our Irma, that wasn't called for.
Oh, give it a rest, Ellie.
Not that Elsie Tanner's got much room to talk. I mean, her two got as far away from her as they could, didn't they? Should have said that to her at the time.
Why don't you belt up?
Ooh, why didn't I think to say it then? That would have shut her up proper.
I was going to shut you up proper.
Right, you can help me shift the furniture around then.
It's all right where it is. Look, put kettle on, eh?
No, I'm all on edge now. I've got to do something physical to get rid of my frustrations.
Well, making tea's physical, isn't it?
Oh, hey, can you take cartridges in your shoulder as well as your leg? Oh,
Where do you want it?
I've not decided yet. Shove it out in the middle and then I'll have a think. Oh, where? What's these?
A quick cure for leg wobble.
Oh, yeah, when we moved in. Here, Stan, the library books.
Well, there's no spicy then.
Never mind spicy, they're overdue.
How much by?
Only about 5 flipping years.
They're gone off.
Out like a light.
Oh, I'm going to be popping in every 5 minutes through the night just to make sure they're still there.
Yeah.
What you got?
2 sixpences they had one each. Presents from Mrs. Allendale.
Oh, I could strangle her.
She's a dim old woman. She didn't realise.
And what about my mother? She's another one.
She didn't want to come home, you know.
I'm not surprised.
Well, you mustn't be unfair. You're not the only one who's been through hell today.
Oh, look, Ken, it could all have been avoided if she'd listened to me in the first place. We needn't have gone through all this if my mother hadn't insisted on having her own way.
No, it'll be her now. Val, take it easy, eh?
Please tell me. Oh, the relief.
Look, you've not eaten all day. You must be starving.
Oh, Val. I'm so relieved. They are all right, aren't they?
There's some salad left. I'll cut the bread.
Yes, they're fine. They're tucked up in bed. But it's no thanks to you, is it?
She's not quite herself. Don't take too much notice.
She's right, though. Isn't she?
Something to eat, and then an early night all round. Everything will look better in the morning.
You gotta watch it round here, you know. Blink your eyes and they whip the gunsy off your back.
I can cope with anything except an empty tea caddy. My Cyril's learned me not to let anything else faze me.
What load of rubbish is it telling you now?
Oh, I take it all with a pinch of salt. Form my own judgments later.
Oh, what's your judgment of me then, Mrs. Turpin?
Well, if anybody wants watching round here, sonny boy, it's you. And take your hands off that cheddar.
Oh, hello, Len. I'm glad you called in. This is Mrs. Stavetti, Mrs. Turpin, Len Fairclough.
Oh, so you're Len.
See you, Betty.
Fair enough, for the time being.
I'll come back and say hello properly later on. I'm a bit fussed now, you know.
Yeah, by all means.
I thought we were going to discuss that Wilcox job. I thought we were going to discuss the money you owe the bank.
Well, I've got a date with the bank manager a bit later on.
Well, it's all very well having a date with the bank manager. Have you got the flaming cash?
Let's talk about it down the yard, eh?
Okay. See you. See ya. Gorgeous.
If I were 20 years younger, I wouldn't fancy his chances on the back row.
Betty.
Oh, no. He's got something about him, that lad. He's a bit evil. But he's got something about him, up for all that.
And, what do you make of Len? Not that you have much chance.
I like him.
Do you?
Well, what I saw of him.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, you like him and all, don't you?
Val, I can only say I'm sorry, love. I can't say more than that.
Yes, I know. All right.
The whole thing was so unfortunate.
Well, it's not exactly the word I'd have chosen, but still.
Anyway, it's pointless dwelling on what might have been.
Yes, all right. Well, look, let's not talk about it anymore.
I mean, no one could have been on the guard more than I was. Believe me.
Well, I did tell you not to let go of the hand, especially in crowds.
But they're not obedient now. They won't listen. They just want to run off and go their own little way.
Well, they get excited in a place like that.
Well, what I'm trying to say, Val, is... Oh.
Well, go on. Exactly what are you trying to say?
Well, you've got to have a firm hand with children. I mean, it's all very well being modern and permissive.
Who's permissive?
But it doesn't do to keep giving in to them love and be lax.
You're not blaming the twins for what happened yesterday.
No, not the twins.
Hey, there's pounds due, Stan.
No problem.
What are you going to do?
On the chimney back, no one would be any the wiser.
Oh, no, you dursn't, Stan. Not Bruce.
What then?
Well, couldn't you just leave them in the library? You know, leave them on the table.
They'd
Like?
trace them back.
Would they?
Ah, they got a card index thing. I knew what them out last.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I suppose they have.
What's this urgent message then, Sam? Well, look, now, we want a bit of assistance, you know.
Yeah, on behalf of a friend.
Oh, yeah. Look, what happens to a fellow who's got a library book out that's overdue?
How long overdue?
5 years.
5 years? That's almost as bad as stealing, that is, you know.
Is it?
Retaining council property. You know, they're coming down very heavily on people. They're going to smash people who retain property like that. It's known as the growing vice. I mean, they speak of it in the same breath as train robberies down at the town hall.
Well, what would happen to this friend of ours if they got found out, like?
Well, of course, he'd have to divvy up with the overdue fines, but 5 years now. How many books involved?
2. I think.
Well, that'll be about 15 quid.
15 quid?
And that's, of course, apart from the fine that he'd have to pay when he got it caught.
Court?
Well, of course he'd have to go to court. They're coming down like a ton of bricks now, you know. Aren't you glad that you aren't good readers, you two? And aren't you glad you aren't in your pal's shoes now?
She blames me.
Oh, she does.
Oh, she does. She said I was lax and permissive.
I'm sure she never said anything of the sort.
Are you calling me a liar?
I'm just saying the whole business has got you upset and overexcited.
Oh, I see. I'm supposed to stay calm when my children go missing for 4 hours.
Oh, now don't go twisting things. Why can't women argue logically?
I don't know what we're arguing for anyway. It's my mother that's caused all the bother. And she has the blooming neck to tell me.
As she sees it, the whole thing wouldn't have happened if the kids had done as they were told.
The kids? Well, what about her? Who begged her not to go?
She only took them for your sake.
Oh, I see. Now we're back to that again.
Back to what again?
Blaming me. It's getting a very popular pastime.
Look, I'm just stating a very simple fact. She did take them out yesterday so that you could have a rest. And besides, I don't think you ought to have gone at her the way that you went at her. And another thing.
Go on. What other thing?
Well, she's not all that wrong, really, is she? I mean, they do tend to turn a deaf ear when it suits them. You can call them till they're blue in the face.
Oh, go and make her a cup of tea. She's sulking in her bedroom.
Well...
Oh, Ken, go and hold my mother's hand and leave me and me badly brought-up kids in peace.
So you've pulled a pint or two in your time, have you?
Oh, I've been that side of the bar as many times as I've been this side. There's not much I don't know about the trade.
You'll have to work your charms on me sister, Mr. Walker. Get her to give you a hand.
Right at this moment, I've got my hands full with artillery here.
Betty, I've told you I can manage. You must lead your own life.
Could we have a little chat about this, eh?
Some people can be a bit too helpful. Oh, she treats me still like I was a little sister in navy knickers and plats. She's going to work in the shop? Not for longer than I can help. She'll run the place and me with it. In the nicest possible way. Oh, of course. That's the trouble when you're on your own, you know. People either try to take advantage or they try to mother you, and I don't know which is worse. Depends who wants to take advantage of you, doesn't it? Get you.
Hey, who's that smashing bird chatting up Jack Walker?
That bird's my sister, Mr. Ogden.
Not much like you, is she?
Point taken.
Huh? Oh, I didn't mean that.
Jack.
Yeah?
Could I have a word with you, lovely?
Of course you can, love.
Hello, anyone seen Ray Langton?
Oh, he's in the back room with Lucille. Ray, Len for you. What was it?
It doesn't matter now, Jack. How things going?
Oh, I've just won the Irish sweep, didn't I tell you?
Oh?
Excuse me, love.
So what did he say?
He said he's going to give us a bit longer to pay.
How much longer?
Look, I've staved him off. Isn't that enough?
What about this afternoon?
Well, you can do the Wilcox job on your own, can you?
Yeah, I can do it on my own. Where are you swanning off to, then?
I don't have to account to you for every flipping second, you know.
Well, I like to know. It keeps me in the picture sort of thing.
It's town hall. Business lunch.
It'll last all day.
They sometimes do.
Worth getting dressed up for, then?
Eh?
You, tarted up like a dog's dinner. I do hope the mayor appreciates it.
Jack,
Yeah?
will you do me a favour?
Oh, well, if I can, love.
When you get a chance, will you give this to Len?
Yes, but what?
Watch it. There's over £300 in there. But, look, will you make out that it's come from you?
Now, Elsie, I can't.
Please, Jack. On no account must he find out that it's come from me. Now, promise me.